Welcome to the Stretch and Chill class. It's going to release out all the tension from the day and bring you back to a state of calm. We are going to start in a child's pose variation on our mats, but just before you get down there, make sure you've got any props that you need, like a couple of blocks or hardback books, and maybe a cushion or a folded blanket if you need it. I'm going to come to the back of my mat now, and I'm actually going to take a wide child's pose. So keeping my big toes together, but this time allowing my knees to go as wide as they can do on the mat. And then gently padding my hands forward and coming down. And for those of you that have got a cushion or a blanket, it can feel really nice to have that just in front of you here now. We're going to stay here for a few breaths to allow the body to just have a sense of calm before we begin. So when you've found your position, take a big inhale in through the nose, a lovely long exhale out through the mouth. Allow that exhale to be long and smooth. And take that again, inhaling in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth, long and smooth. One more of these, inhaling in. And a nice long exhale. And just allow your breath now to return back to its natural rhythm. As we stretch out our arms, maybe removing a cushion or a blanket if it's underneath us, come up onto your fingertips, bring your head up off the mat perhaps, and take a gorgeous stretch through the back of the body and all the shoulders here. And then walk your hands round to the right side of the mat, perhaps stretching that left hand a little bit further to get a lovely stretch through the left side of the body. Bringing them back to centre and then walking them over to the left side, stretching out through that right hand. And then slowly taking your hands in front of you, grounding into them as you start to draw yourself up, bringing the knees underneath your hips. And we're going to take some cat-cow here. So let's inhale as we drop our belly and lift our chest. Our gaze comes up. Exhale as you round the spine and your chin tucks into your chest. And we keep with that movement, inhaling as we look on up and exhaling as we round. And take this in your time now to your breath, inhaling whenever you look up and exhaling whenever you round. And if you want to take any extra movement here, some wiggles side to side, whatever you want to do to wake up the body. Okay, every time we come to the mat, we have a slightly different body, different things we've done in our day. So you take whatever movement you need to here. And then come to find a stillness in your 4-point kneeling. Keep our hands grounded as we lift our right knee and then take some lovely hip circles now on the right side. So maybe 2 or 3 in each direction. Noticing how it feels on this right hand side. And then taking that right leg long, tucking the toes, and once you're in this position, just sending your weight backwards so you get a beautiful stretch down the back of the right leg. Really nice. And then just bringing the weight back forward so your shoulders are over your hands. I'm going to bring my left hand more underneath my face. And I'm going to walk round to the right hand side of the mat. So you can see I'm pivoting on that bent knee. And I find myself in essentially this sort of side plank position. So that top arm now is going to come overhead and lift those hips up towards your ceiling. You get this beautiful banana type stretch. Lovely. Take that top arm back down and then press into your grounded hand, push on up and keep coming over to the other side. And this is gate pose. Really nice. Make your way back to the 4-point kneeling. So both hands come down to the mat, your right knee comes back down and you're right back where we started. Let's do that on the other side. So the left knee lifts up and take some lovely circles on that left side. 2 or 3 before you change a direction. And then left foot goes back. And when we've tucked the toes and found our mat, we can send our weight backwards onto that left leg. And then bringing the weight forwards, just again, bringing the right hand more underneath your face. We are going to open up to the left side of the mat. So again, I'm pivoting on that right bent knee, and I'm coming up here and allowing my top arm now to come overhead, lifting my hips up towards the ceiling to find a banana. Before I bring that top arm back down and I press into my grounded right hand, and I come on up, up and over with that hand, and I find gate pose. All the way back now, making your way back to a 4-point kneeling position on the mat. We are going to come from this 4-point kneeling into a puppy. So bringing our hands forward, perhaps we pause here, perhaps we bring that cushion or blanket underneath our chest or our forehead for a bit more comfort. Some of you will come a little bit lower down, but we're wanting to keep our hips over our knees to get that stretch through the back of the body. Really nice, and then start to pad those hands back underneath the shoulders. I'm back in my 4-point kneeling again. Grounded to the right hand. Let the left arm come all the way up towards the sky. A nice twist here. And then thread that left hand behind the back of your right wrist. And I'm going to start to bring my left ear down towards the mat. You may want to bring your cushion or blanket to rest your head on. I'm in a threaded needle pose here. I'm using my right hand as a nice support, and I can stay exactly where I am. Or perhaps that right hand, the fingertips can creep forward. For some of you, you may even like to take it off, rest it on the back, on your back, your lower spine, or even take hold of your left thigh, the top of your left thigh. Whichever of those variations you've taken, just take a breath here in this threaded needle. And if your right hand has gone for wander, bring it back by your face now. Press into that right hand, draw yourself back up into 4-point kneeling. We'll take all of that on the other side. So this time the left hand stays grounded. The right arm reaches up towards the sky, and then the right arm threads behind the left wrist. We bring the right ear down towards the mat. The left hand is now our support and can stay exactly where it is. It can creep forward. It can find our lower back, or it can find the top of the right thigh. Lots of variations depending upon where you are today. Take a breath here. And then bring your left hand back beside your face if it went for a wander, pressing into that left hand, and you can draw yourself all the way back up into your 4-point kneeling, from where we are going to maybe slightly bring our hands more forward, tuck our toes, and make our way into a downward facing dog. So this is our inverted V pose. And we're going to pedal out in our downward facing dog. Taking a gorgeous pedal here, pausing on one side if you want to. A few more moments here just to pedal out those legs. And we will make our way into a runner's lunge with the right leg forward. So you could do this by lifting your right leg and using momentum, or both knees can come to the mat and we can step that right foot forward between the hands. And in our runner's lunge here, we can keep our back knee down, or we can tuck our back toe and lift our back knee. And you can always use these blocks, and I'm going to actually keep this block with me for the next exercise. You can always keep a couple of blocks there to help you in this runner's lunge too. Take a couple of breaths here. And I'm going to keep my block with me, so if you haven't grabbed one yet, maybe you grab one now. And bring the back knee to the mat, so the left knee is coming to the mat. And from here, we're going to move through half monkey into this more low lunge. Some of you may want to wiggle that right foot forward a little bit, depending on your anatomy, to allow yourself to move freely between these two positions. So I'm forward and I'm back, and you can see that I'm using my block just sort of to help me move through these positions. And as I'm going, I'm keeping it slow, perhaps moving a little bit further each time I get there. Next time you come back into half monkey, we are going to pause. So for any of you who need to, you can wiggle that right foot a little bit further now to get more intensity in this pose if you want it. And keep your block there, or your blocks there, to help you. We're going to pause in this half monkey. Beautiful stretch down the right side of the leg. You'll see that I'm on the heel of the right foot and my toes are lifted. Just pause here for a moment. Really nice. If you moved your right foot forward to enter this pose, just wiggle it back a little, and we're going to come back into this low runner's lunge. Pop your block off to the side, bring your right hand inside that right foot and heel toe the right foot to the edge of the mat, and you'll find yourself in a lizard pose. So this block now can come back in, and we can use it to raise ourselves up. This will take away a little bit of the intensity of lizard, or we can use it to lower ourselves down. And perhaps some of you will even bring your full forearms and elbows down to the mat. Take a breath here in our lizard pose, focusing on the exhale, because it's in the exhale that we signal to our bodies that we are calm and we are relaxed, and this pose is a safe one to be in. It allows us to just relax into the pose and go a little deeper. And just as another variation that you might want to try, you could come onto the pinky toe blade side of that right foot, potentially, maybe even gently pressing out with your hand on that right thigh, and come into a winged lizard here. Really nice. We're going to step all the way back into a downward facing dog. So removing your block if you need to, and coming and finding your way back into downward facing dog. Take a pedal. And then bringing the left foot forward into a runner's lunge, either by lifting the foot and stepping it forward, or both knees to the mat and stepping your left foot forward. And find for me that runner's lunge, using your blocks if you need to, keeping your back knee on the mat if that's where you are, or tucking your toe and lifting it up, allowing yourself to open up in this pose. But you know where we're going on this side. So now the back knee is coming down. I'm taking my block to give me a little support here, and I'm going to move through that lunge position and into half monkey. So keeping the movement really steady, but with a very gentle, slow flow. Use your blocks to help you along. Perhaps going a little deeper each time. And then the next time you reach your half monkey, we're going to pause there. Anybody who wants to can wiggle that left foot a little more forward, toes pointed upwards. The more you hinge over at the hips, the more intense this pose will be. So perhaps coming on up if you don't want that intensity today. Pause here in your half monkey. Focus on the exhale. One more breath. If you moved your left foot forward, just bring it back a foot length. There we go. And we're going to come back into the runner's lunge, popping my block there at the top of my mat, and bringing my left hand inside my left foot, wiggling my left foot to the edge of the mat, and I found that lizard pose. And remember, with lizard, you can raise yourself up. This will lessen the pose. Or you can bring yourself down, and that will intensify the pose. Find your variation now that you want of lizard. And then pause here and allow yourself to relax and release. You can always come back to that breath that we did at the start of the class if you ever find that it's quite intense for you. Nice long inhale in through the nose, and then a longer exhale out. You can do it through the mouth or through the nose. Take a breath here. And then see if you want to come into the winged variation where you're on that pinky toe blade of the left foot this time. A gentle, it's very gentle, pressing out onto the left thigh there. Really nice. Bring yourself back round. Wiggle that left foot back to the middle of the mat, and we're going to step forward. So come step forward for me here at the top of your mat and just allow yourself to hang to start with. So we're in a ragdoll. So maybe hold your opposite elbow. Let your head be really loose. Give it a little shake, wiggle it yes and no. And just allow yourself with bent knees to simply hang. And then gradually the weight of your head will start to gently unravel your spine and take some of the pressure off. And you're welcome to stay exactly here in a ragdoll. You're welcome to, once you feel comfortable there, to come and bring it more into a forward fold. You could have your hands on the block to start with, or some of you will be bringing your hands towards the mat. And your legs don't need to be poker straight. They can always have a little bend in them. The important thing is that you feel a stretch down the back of the legs. And there's a little variation here in your deep forward fold. If you want to, you are welcome to bring your left hand in between, just in front of your feet, and I'm bending my left leg there, and I'm opening up with the right hand into a twist. And I can take that on the other side. I could pause in my twist, or I can make it quite fluid and create a little flow. So ragdoll, a more active deep forward fold, or even taking a twisted variation. They are all options for you here. Before we really slowly start to unravel through our spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, head coming up last. We can come into a standing position, but only temporarily. And we will take now the right foot back. So I don't want the biggest stance that you ever do here, just a leg length. My front toes have pointed forward. My back toes are about a 45 degree. And if you find yourself wobbling, like I've just done there, just widen your feet a little bit more. Hands on hips, and they'll be pointed off to the side. Bring them to the front of your mat, and then start to hinge. And you are in a pyramid pose. So you could certainly have your block there and use that as support in your pyramid. For those of you that want to, you could bring your hands to your chest, or the classic hands in pyramid are hands behind your back. In a prayer, invert them, pop them up your back. I love it when yoga teachers say that. Just pop them up your back. There's no need to do any hand variation in this pyramid pose. Take the option that works for you today. Take another couple of breaths here. And we will simply step to the top of the mat and take that on the other side. So coming up to the top of your mat, stepping back. Your right foot is pointed forward. Your left one is just slightly out to the side. Have your block near you if you want to. Remember the hands on the hips. They're probably pointing off to the left there. Bring them up to the top of the mat and then hinge over, and you'll find yourself back in your pyramid pose. Hand options are, of course, there if you wish. Take a couple of breaths here. Lovely, and then we are going to step to the top of our mat and simply make our way down to lying on our mat, all the way back down. Keep your knees bent though as you come down. Have your feet about hip width apart. I like to sometimes just tickle the back of my heels. That helps me work out where my feet feel comfortable for me. And from here, we are going to start by tilting through the pelvis and then gradually increasing that movement to roll up and down the spine. And just rolling up and down, trying to make each vertebrae feel like it's leaving the mat and returning to the mat separately. It can take a bit of practice. And for those of you that want to, the next time you rise up into your bridge pose, you can actually pause here. Perhaps taking your block and placing it under your lower spine. Or for those of you that want the more active variation, you could bring your hands underneath you, interlace your hands, have your arms long, and you're almost pressing that fist into the mat as you then raise your hips up towards the ceiling. This is your active variation of bridge. Bringing your block or your cushion underneath your lower spine here is more restorative. Take the option that works for you, and you're welcome to simply stick with those bridge rolls. Really nice. Everybody coming back down now. And then simply hugging in your knees towards your chest. Give yourself a rock side to side. Bring the left foot back down to the mat. Cross over the right ankle just underneath the left knee and press out on that right thigh. You're in a figure of 4 or supine pigeon variation. Stay here if you want, or thread that right arm between the legs, picking up your left foot off the mat, interlacing your hands around your left shin or the back of your left thigh. Untangle those legs, hug your knees in, and take that on the other side. Right foot comes to the mat, left ankle crosses over. You're in your figure of 4. Press out gently on that left thigh. Stay here if you want. Thread your hand through the gap if you want. Pick up your right foot off the mat and interlacing those hands around the right shin or the right thigh. And then gradually releasing those legs and those hands, hug in. Keep the right knee hugged in now, let the left leg go long. And then gently take that right knee over to the left side, ending in a supine twist. Just that left hip just underneath you if it feels you want to. And for those of you that want it, you can reach your right arm out to the right side. You could bring it into a cactus or simply allow it to rest on your body. Take a breath here. If you want to, you can close down your eyes now. Before you roll gently back onto your back, and we'll just take that on the other side as our final pose. So this time our left knee hugs in and our right leg goes long. And we guide that left knee over to the right side, adjusting the right hip underneath us. Letting your left arm reach out if it wants to, in a cactus or being straight. Just allow yourself here to just take a few more moments before you roll back onto your back and find a resting pose. And that could be the classic Shavasana with your legs long along the mat. Or perhaps you prefer to keep your knees bent, have your feet at the edges of the mat and your knees gently touching together. Your hands can be beside you or gently rested on your belly. And just close down your eyes and we will take a very short breath practice so that you can end this class with a state of calm. So I'm going to guide you through a few rounds of box breath where we inhale for 4, we pause for 4, we exhale for 4, and again we pause for 4. Let's all exhale now so that we're synchronized in our breath. And then inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release that breath practice now. Just notice the state of calm that you've created for yourself by stretching out all the tension from the body, allowing yourself to just focus on the breath for a few moments. And when you're ready, you can make your way up to seated, either by rocking and rolling through the spine or just gently rolling onto your side and finding your seat. And I hope you have a very lovely, relaxing rest of your day or your evening. And I hope to see you on the mat again soon.